Alright guys, welcome back. Today I wanted to do something a bit different. Yesterday there was the finals, or the second day of this big tournament, the UDS Ultimate Dueling Series, where the best players from the US were invited, or from I think the America region, which is also Latin America, which you can see the Yuan A guy is from is this Ecuador? I'm not quite sure. But yeah, we have the finals, Jesse K against Juan A, and Jesse K obviously a really nice player. Maybe the best player to ever play the game, and this is the finals where he will play Fire King Snake Eye and he will play Pure Snake Eye. So I thought we will just I have not seen the match myself, but I obviously wanted to. Let me know in the comments what you think of these kind of videos. I will just let them play. I've decided to put the sound on here and comment it myself, because if I put the sound on here and then also talk, it's maybe a bit confusing here. But I think what's really cool is that we have obviously the Snake Eye stuff already in game, and you might know the cards already, but now you will see what we will have in the future with also the Fire King stuff coming, which is played here by Jesse. Also the new support cards, we have a 10 here from Jesse, and we have an 8 here from Juan, which obviously starting here is a big deal. We will see what will happen. I guess the only thing that we are not really able to see now, and we have to guess, is which phase we are in. But let's take a look. Let's take a look at what is happening here. We obviously don't see Jesse's hand. Does he have the best starter in the game, the Snake Eye Ash? Let's see. Thinking about his plays for a moment, which in his semifinals he won against his opponent because his opponent was thinking way too long. Oh, he normal summons an Ash Blossom. I guess he normal summons this to send it away with the original Sinful Spoils. Yeah, exactly. This is the only reason why he would ever do such a play. And Juan seems not to have an Ash, because I think you would Ash here if you could. Obviously you would Ash here also because you see your opponent needed to do a normal summon Ash Blossom, which is obviously super bad. So I think in this case you can guess that there is nothing more in his hand. So I guess we will see like a Snake Eye Ash now. Which the problem with the Ash would be that you can go Snake Eye Ash, and then you can search your Ponix, but you cannot summon your Ponix, which is also a problem. So maybe we will see Ponix. We see Ponix here. For those of you not aware, this is the Fire King stuff, the Fire King engine that we will get in the future. The Fire King Ponix is now able to search a Fire King spell or trap. You are only searching spells ever, so I'm not quite sure whether it's going to also search traps. We are searching the Sanctuary, which can now be played and will activate the Fire King Island, the Fire King field spell, directly from the deck. But we will see. He will play this. So he has access to his Fire King engine here, which probably means he won't have access to his Snake Eye engine. He would need a Diabellstar now to have access. So there's the island. With the island, you can destroy a fire monster on the field or in the hand, and then add a Fire King monster from your deck to your hand. So what he will do now is make a Linkuriboh to get the Ponix into the grave, I guess. At least this is what this looks like. What else could he do with his Link 1 Ponix here? So not the best start for Jesse here. And as you can see, they have 63 minutes for their round, which is such a long time. In normal rounds you only have... Oh, you can't see that because I have this website thing here on. It doesn't matter, the important stuff you are able to see. So we have Linkuriboh and now Island. Island will destroy now a fire monster in his hand. He destroys the Kirin, which is also a Fire King card. And we will see in a moment what happens next. Because if the Kirin gets destroyed, so the Fire King cards have effects when they get destroyed. You're always adding the Garunix, which is the card you see in Jesse's hand now. The Garunix can be special summoned from the hand or the graveyard if a monster that was originally fire is destroyed, which this happened right now, and the Kirin can now also summon back the Ponix and destroy a card on the field, which obviously Jesse won't do right now. Then the Garunix can activate and destroy a Beast, Beast Warrior or Winged Beast from the deck, hand or grave, which you are now destroying the High Avatar, the Avatar, the card you are seeing in the grave right now, and the Avatar, when being destroyed, can resummon a Fire King card from the graveyard, but its effects are negated and it will be destroyed during the end phase. So as you can see, Jesse was able to get a lot of bodies onto the field by having a very strong access to his Fire King engine, because he had the Kirin, the card you can see on the left, the green card, already in hand. So obviously now we are climbing up with like Promethean Princess, Emblo Whale, IP Masquerina, and so on. And the cool thing is that this is where the Fire King and the Snake Eye stuff differs, right? You want to get the Garunix, the card you see next to the field spell, into the grave, and every time a monster that was originally fire gets destroyed, you can once again summon the Garunix. The Garunix can once again destroy a Kirin, the card you see on the field right now, the Fire King card, from the deck, and then the Kirin can special summon a Fire King monster from your hand or graveyard and then destroy a card. So this is what does the Fire King engine. So now he revived, and now we are making, I guess, an Ember Whale. You can see the Avatar on the field, which, if you do not know, this is a monster negate that needs to destroy a fire card in the hand or on the field to be a monster negate. So the Fire King Avatar is a way that you can use to basically trigger your Garunix in the graveyard, and then Garunix will destroy another Kirin. Kirin will summon another Fire King card and destroy another card. So we see one face down. I think he has 1 or 2 hand cards, and we have Avatar and the Ember Whale Princess in the grave. So let's see whether he has the Snake Eye Ash. For starting, he gets to take a look at the graveyard. Obviously, you want to know what's in there. You see there is the Garunix and the Promethean Princess. Those are the relevant cards in the graveyard. Those are the cards that will trigger and will impact the game state. We are summoning Snake Eye Ash. I guess it's the Snake Eye Ash come. Or maybe it's a Poplar. It's an Ash, okay. Best normal summon in the Snake Eye deck, also in the Fire King deck. This is the card you want, and he activates effect, and Jesse negates it. The search effect with the Fire King Avatar. This only negates the search effect. But you can see he's chaining a Forbidden Chalice, which I think gives the Avatar 800 attack and negates its effect. So it basically negates the negation. Let's see what Jesse has here. Or will he do anything here? Seems like he will just let this go through, I guess. Interesting card, the Chalice. Okay, he imperms the Snake Eye Ash now. Okay, obviously Snake Eye Ash, one of the best targets to be negated. Now the effect of Snake Eye Ash is also negated to send himself and another card away for another Snake Eye card. So the Avatar is now negated on the field, and the Garunix in the graveyard was not triggered because the Avatar didn't destroy a card. Because remember, to negate a card, the Avatar has to destroy another fire monster. What will be the next play? We have used the normal summon, we have used the Chalice, and there is a triple tactics talent. Very interesting to look at the hand and send away the triple tactics talents. Okay, now we are in a very low resource situation, so Juan needs another play. Maybe a Diabell Star would be very nice, because his normal summon is gone, so maybe a Bonfire into a Populous would also be nice. Jesse still has the Garunix and the Promethean Princess in the grave. And obviously the Ember Whale on the field if it ever comes to that, but I guess it's not that important. Let's see what Juan has here to continue his plays. Go and reads the Avatar, which is negated right now with the spell card, the Forbidden Chalice, I think it's called. He plays the Snake Eye Temple, you know the card from the game, from Master Duel. Plays the Temple. See this in a moment. And what is he going to place here? I guess it doesn't really matter because whatever he places he cannot, or he could send away with the Ash, but he Okay, what he can do, what he could do with the Popular is, I think this is only for follow-up if you ask me. He could send away the Popular with the Snake Eye Ash, but he will not get the effect of the Snake Eye Ash because the Snake Ash was impermed and will still be impermed in the grave. Let's see. As of right now, he has no more plays here. The Poplar doesn't really help him here. If he has to pass over on this, I guess it will be tough for him. Okay, he has a Called By, can remove the Promethean or the Garunix. I guess the Garunix, to be honest. I think the Garunix is the bigger threat. Yeah. Because the Garunix will come back every time. It's like a phoenix from the ash, will come back every time when monster originally fire is destroyed. Also by battle, also by card effect, doesn't matter where. So the Grunix is very, very strong. Also, it's a big body with 2/7 attack. Oh, the Magician's Souls. Okay, I think you can send a spellcaster to the grave to special summon the Magician's Souls, which obviously is very great. Now Jesse will for sure activate his Promethean Princess, because otherwise Juan has place. With 2 bodies you can make a Hita, or could also make a Dark, when then you can access Jesse's grave, which I think now he can activate his Promethean Princess, and I'm pretty sure he will. Just so that Juan only has 1 body on the field, and with 1 body he cannot really get into anything. And as it seems like, Juan also has no hand cards left. Oh, Jesse lets this go through. Interesting. So obviously he could also, if for example Juan now makes a Hita or a Dark, then Jesse could obviously still make the Promethean Princess and destroy, which is maybe what he wants to do here. Which would be better, because then Juan has used both bodies to make the Dark or the Hita, and then Jesse can destroy both, because they are together now as 1 card, if you want to look at it that way. Because he needs to make a Hita or a Dark, right? So here's the Hita, exactly right. So what Jesse can do now is destroy this. The disadvantage is, if Jesse destroys this Hita now, then Hita can search, and Hita can search a Poplar. And the Poplar, when it's being added to the hand, not by drawing, can be special summoned. So then this would give him place, right? So I'm not sure if you wanted to do it like this. Jesse's thinking about this, whether he wants to activate his princess, I guess. Not sure if this was the right call, because destroying the Hita, this is really not great. But he has to use the princess right now, and he does. Okay, I would have destroyed the Magician's Souls, I guess. Because the search is too impactful. The search can get you the Poplar can get you original Sinful Spoils, original can get you Oak, and so on. Okay, he destroys the Avatar and the Princess, which the Avatar can trigger now. We will have Princess 1, I guess, and then Avatar 2. Princess 1, he called this, yeah. Has Jesse something for... He has nothing, right? He has no hand card. I don't know what he did here. I think this is a mistake. He can activate the Avatar, which when the Avatar gets destroyed, it can resummon a Fire King card from the graveyard, but its effects are negated and it will be destroyed during the end phase. So it's just only another body. He can summon the Kirin, right? And the Kirin can then destroy something, because when the Kirin gets destroyed, it can resummon a Fire King and destroy something. He could do that, which is not bad. And now we'll see the search. This is, as I already talked about, this will search a Poplar, which the Poplar will now be able to be activated. I don't know, if Jesse would have just like killed the Magician's Souls, then Juan would have never gotten into a Hita, and the Hita would have never searched the Poplar. Then now he has access to original Sinful Spoils, right? And now he has place. I'm not sure what we were doing here, honestly. Because now it's just game. Because the Zealantis kill line, that you can also do in Master Duel is even stronger here in the TCG, because they have the Salamangreat Raging Phoenix, which makes it easier. And Jesse decided to not summon his Kirin with the Avatar, which I don't know why. The Kirin would have been a very nice interruption there to stop the opponent. I mean, obviously Jesse has thought through all of this. He will have his reasons. He's just one of the best players, if not the best player. So whatever he decided to do here will have, there will be some sense in that. As I already said, you're now going to summon the Oak, and Oak can resummon another body, and then you will also have access to your Flame Birch Dragon. So the amount of bodies that Juan has on the field right now means that he will have game. I'm not seeing how he doesn't have game, honestly. I'm not sure. So the Poplar will set another Poplar into the spell trap, and then I guess we will summon a Snake Eye Ash, which then the Oak or the Ash can send away the newly set Poplar to go for the Flame Birch Dragon. Flame Birch Dragon would then be able to set, for example, let's say the Promethean Princess into the spell trap, and then we could continue from there into the Zealantis combo. And this is just game, right? This is just game. I think this is just game. Interesting. I'm not sure what's happened here. Checks the grave again, but we can see there is nothing more. The Avatar has not resummoned the Kirin for some reason, for a reason that I'm not aware of. Though given what we could have done here is use the Flame Birch Dragon to set the Kirin into the spell and trap zone. So we had an option for the Kirin to disrupt the Kirin. He will set the Ambler Whale into the spell and trap. Jesse has no hand cards if I see this correctly. So there is no Nibiru or whatever. Checks the grave again. This, yeah, okay, he does, what are we doing? Link Kuribo? Guess we don't really need to, but we can, right? So you have to get the Snake Eyes from Birch from the... Yeah, you're making a dark here. I guess he checked for whether there is whether there is a dark monster in there. So that's why he checked. So makes a dark to get, I guess the resummons the level 1 bodies from the Brick Flame Birch Dragon, and Dark can now resummon a... Is there a Diabellstar in Jesse's? There isn't even, right? Is there a dark monster in Jesse's graveyard? There is no... Oh, the Linguribo. That's right. Just wanted to say that there is no Diabellstar. Okay, so we have the Linguribo, now we're going to Promethean Princess, and then the Princess revives something, then the revived monster can go into Raging Phoenix, and then Raging Phoenix Ambler Whale, and then it's just game. And this could have been done differently by Jesse. I think he just made a mistake, to be honest. Or maybe I'm not seeing something here, but I think destroying the Magician's Souls and not giving Juan the Hita would have been the first thing to do, and the second thing would have been to resummon the Kirin, but he did none of that. So there's the Atlantis. Okay, he gives up the game. Wow, really? Hey, why? What? I'm so confused. Jesse is such a good player. Hey, this is so crazy because, I mean, he had the Snake Eye Ash on the field and the Magician's Souls, so 2 bodies, and I think he had no more hand cards. So at this point, if Jesse would have destroyed one of these bodies, Juan had no further plays. But obviously going into a Hita and destroying the Hita gives him the Poplar, right? This has to be something Jesse thought of, bro. This is crazy. Oh. I will quickly get a coffee and we will continue in a moment. I am so confused, guys. I don't know what happened here. Jesse, what are you doing? Okay, let's maybe speed up a bit here so we can go to the game 2 here. Oh, this is a bit too far. This is also too far. There's a Nibiru. Oh, now we are spoiled, right? Okay, so this is the start. Oh, he has a Snake Eye Ash this time around. Nice. Snake Eye Ash, go search, obviously, the Poplar. This we already know. Yeah, there is the Poplar. You know the combo line, going Poplar, going probably original Sinful Spoils. I know that Jesse also has the Temple in his side deck. Not sure if he sided it here. Searches the original. Let's see which combo line he goes for here. Because there's a combo line that you use Snake Eye Ash now. Which is the combo line best playing around Nibiru. Which we already have seen the Nibiru. This is probably not what he's doing. Okay, so he sent these away. This should be the Nibiru line, question mark. The Nibiru proof line, that is. Let's see. There is the Oak, yeah, this makes sense. Revives the Poplar and the Spell Trap, revives the Ash. And then what you would do here is use the Oak, send away the Poplar, yep, to make the Flame Birch. This is the Nibiru line then. And the Flame Birch now will set the Poplar in the back in the Spell and Trap. And you will keep it there because then you can use your original Sinful Spoils to access your Fire King engine if you get Nibiru'd. This is what's the thought process here. So he will now probably reset the Poplar with the Flame Birch Dragon. Yeah, exactly. Or the Oak, doesn't really matter. And now you can always send the Poplar away with your original Sinful Spoils that you have still in hand to access your Fire King engine if you get Nibiru'd. You go Sunlight Wolf here. Yeah, this is exactly the line he's doing here. Sunlight Wolf to resummon Ash and Oak. And then the Sunlight Wolf can add the Flame Birch, which you will then also use afterwards. Jesse is thinking about something here. Not quite sure what. Resummoning these guys here. What? Okay. Okay. I mean, sure, you can also do it like this but now, exactly, now he gets Nibiru, right? Because why didn't he just, he wanted to make a Linguribo in the zone under the Sunlight Wolf, right? But this is so stupid. Why wouldn't you just make the level 1s under the Sunlight Wolf zone? Because now he is not getting the Sunlight Wolf effect. It would have been the same thing. I'm not sure what Jesse is doing here, but he is making so stupid mistakes. Now he's missing the Flame Birch Dragon getting back to hand because for some reason he didn't summon this in the zone under the flame, or under the heat soul thing. He could have still done that, right? He could have still made the Linguribo under the zone. It's not a difference. But here you can see what happens if you get nipped here in this combo line. You just go original Symphosport, send away the Snake Eye Popular, and then go into the Ponix, right? And Ponix, you've seen this in the first game. For you not aware of what the Fire King stuff does, Ponix now searches the Sanctuary, and Sanctuary sets you the Fire King Island, which means you will get a lot of bodies, right? And you can still go into Promethean Princess, Emblem Whale stuff. This is what this combo line is all about. Now place the Sanctuary, and once again the Sanctuary is able to place the island. I'm not sure, Jesse is making some really strange plays. I'm not used to him making so strange plays, because normally he's just a really good player, but what he did here in this game and in the last game, it's really strange. It doesn't make a difference at all where you put these 2 level 1 bodies. You don't need to keep the zone free, so I don't know. We are going link to, I guess, into a Heater, I would guess, into an IPP. This also works, right? And then he goes Island to destroy, there's a Poplar in hand. And now he gets the Garunix, which the Garunix can then destroy either the Avatar or the Kirin, and both of them are able to revive the Ponix, the little level 1 here. There's the Garunix added to the hand, then it can be special summoned, and now it can destroy a card, Beast Warrior, or Winged Beast from the hand, deck, or field. He destroys I guess we're destroying the Avatar, the Kirin, because the Kirin can also destroy the Nibiru then. We probably destroy the Kirin here. We have not seen this. There is the Kirin, and Kirin can now summon a Fire King from the hand or graveyard and destroy 1 card on the, I think it's opponent's field, non-targeting. So there comes the Ponix, and the Nibiru gets destroyed. And as you can see, we now have a lot of bodies. We could now go, there is no Flame Birch Dragon, so what could you do here? Take these bodies and make Princess, but now the IP is gone. Oh, the Flame Birch is already in the grave, sorry. Obviously you go Princess, revive the Flame Birch body, Flame Birch sets the IP, and then you make Garunix and Promethean Emblem Whale. And then it's basically the board he had last game. Okay, he revives this one. Okay, and makes an Emblem Whale now to get back the Flame Birch. Oh, he gets the Kirin back into the hand? Yes, now he can get back into the hand the Kirin, okay. Hey, but now he doesn't get to make... He doesn't get the IP Masquerade. What? Okay, interesting. I mean, he could have done the play with the Flame Birch Dragon getting the IP Masquerena into the play, but he decided that he wants to get the Kirin back into the hand, which the Kirin can activate from the hand during the main phase. Quick effect, activate Kirin from the hand, destroy 1 fire monster either on the field or the hand, and special summon itself. And this would obviously also trigger the Garunix and the grave. So this is cool about Kirin, but I think getting the IP on the field is more impactful. He once again has a Snake Eye Ash here, Juan that is. And there is a Solemn Strike, which is a card in Jesse's side deck. This is really nice attack from the OCG. You pay 1/5. You negate the effect and also destroy the card, which obviously is very great against Snake Eye Ash or any other Snake Eye card, because then he can also not activate his other effect. His normal summon is gone now, so now he needs a Diabell Star. Here's the Bonfire, the card I just talked about in the leak video, which this gets an Ash. This can search a Pyro level 4 or lower to the hand. This could have searched a Popular, and Popular would have then, because added to the hand, been able to be special summoned. Let's see whether he has something else here. He would need a Diabell Star now to continue his plays, because the Bonfire would have added the Popular, same as last game with the Heater basically, and that would have been plays. But the normal summon is gone. Bonfire is gone. Now you need Diabell Star access, otherwise there are no more plays here. Diabell Star is the only thing that could happen here. He reads the Garunix once again. If a monster that is originally fire is destroyed, then Garunix can summon, can destroy something from the deck. Most of the time a Kirin, and Kirin can then summon another Fire King. Reborn, Monster Reborn. This is Monster Reborn. This is Monster Reborn. Oh, it's a Talents, okay. Okay. He's going to, I guess, take? But what would you do with take? Looks at the... Draws 2? Okay, makes sense. He needs his Diabell Star engine, otherwise the turn is over. He packs up? Okay, he packs up. Yeah, this is game. So yes, you can see his hand. There is a Flame Bird Dragon in this. So obviously, just to recap this, he had his normal summon negated basically, and then also his Bonfire, which was his only extension play, was also negated. And then he was able to draw another 2 cards, but those cards also didn't produce anything helpful for him. So the game was just over. Let's see how the third game goes here. Solemn Strike, very interesting card here from the OCG that you want to run for the mirror match. Being able to Solemn Strike a Snake Eye Ash is super impactful. That's why you are doing this basically. That's what you want to achieve with this Solemn Striking the Snake Eye Ash. Okay, and this is it can be that fast, right? That fast. It can be that fast that a Fire King or Snake Eye Mirror is over. Yeah, if you don't have access to, for example, your Diabellstar or your Bonfire. So what he would have needed here, Juan, that is access to his Diabellstar line, which would have given him access to the Sinful Spoils stuff. So we will see Juan go first here and Jesse go second. Let's see how this will end up being. Can we skip a bit further here, or will we just? I don't want to like skip into the game here. I can't really see that. 49. Oh, yeah, okay. They are still shuffling here, but okay. Let's keep it like this. Let me know in the comments what do you think of this game so far. Do you like the Fire King deck? Are you excited for the Fire meta? I mean, we already have the Fire meta, but when the Fire King stuff is out and the Rescue Ace remaining support stuff, then this will be the real Fire meta, I guess. Let's see, game 3 here, game 3. Can you see everything? I guess you can. Like, my picture is in there, but I hope you can see everything important here. But I'm also always commenting on everything. I have to check how much my picture covers here. Okay, we are going, and a Snake Eye Ash normal summon, there it is. The best normal summon for both of the decks. And Jesse has an Effect Failure, which is an Imperm, which is the best answer to Snake Eye Ash. Has Juan more follow-up pace? Does he have a Bonfire Diabellstar engine? He has original Sinful Spoils in hand. Has Jesse and Ash? Ash would be very impactful here, but I think there is no Ash. Juan is thinking about whether he wants to change something, I think, here. Because Jesse did not activate something in response to the original Sinful Spoils, as it seems. So no Ash, presumably. Or maybe Juan is also thinking about what to summon from the original Sinful Spoils. I'm not quite sure what he's thinking about here. I guess you go for an Oak. Poplar, I guess Poplar. He summons from the hand? Okay, he summons from the hand. He has the Oak in hand, summons from the hand, obviously revives the Ash now. They're talking about something here, maybe whether it can summon from the hand, which it can. Now the problem is that this doesn't really get you anywhere if you only have this, because 2 bodies is not enough. Your opponent would need a Fire Engrave or a Dark so that you can make Dark or Heater, but 2 bodies is basically nothing. If that's everything that he has, right? He goes into a Linguribu, which is still nothing. He can send this away, obviously, for, I guess we are going for, what are we going for? Flame Birch Dragon, but this is the problem, right? You are missing a body. If you go Flame Birch Dragon now, then you have a Flame Birch Dragon, but you cannot get him off the field because you need at least 1 more body to link him away. If you go for a Poplar, which is also nice, you can get the Temple, but Juan would need something else in his hand to make this situation work. Otherwise, oh, he has Jet Synchron, okay. But he has normal summoned, right? So I only saw the Jet Synchron, there's something else. Jet Synchron and, oh, Magician's Souls, right? I saw Magician's Souls, so he has an extender. So he can go for the Flame Birch if he wanted to. Okay, he goes for the Poplar to get the field spell, which is also fine. He can just set the Flame Birch in the spell trap and get it away, I think. So place the field spell. Jesse says, yes, please, I am fine with that. Places the Flame Birch, which he probably also plays 2 of, like we do in the Snake Eye variant. So this Snake Eye deck that you see here is basically the same that we are playing. The only difference is the Bonfire, the Search card. Search 1, level 4, lower Pyro monster. He passes over, okay. Hey, didn't he have Magician's Souls in his hand? Okay, maybe I didn't saw this correct, but if he had Magician's Souls, he could have made some plays with the Flamberge Dragon on the field. Jesse activates Temple, which he has sided in. Let's see what he sets here, because I also added Temple to the Fire King deck, but I also am at this current moment not quite sure what you are doing with this. The cool thing, obviously, with the Temple is that now both players can, in theory, summon the Flamberge Dragon from a Juan's field onto the field if something is summoned. Oh no, your opponent would need to summon. Yeah. But this doesn't look good for Juan here, because he seems to have nothing. In his hand there is a Jet Synchron and I think a Magician's Souls, which means there is no interruption from Juan. Let's see what happens. 1/1, very strong card. He pitches Garunix, which Garunix is one of the best cards that you can discard either for Diabellstar or for 1/1, because Garunix doesn't only trigger in the hand if an original fire attribute monster is destroyed, but also in the graveyard. So Garunix is live now. You want Garunix in your hand or graveyard, it doesn't really matter. He summons Snake Eye Ash and Juan chains the Temple to summon out the Flamberge Dragon, which is fine, I think. Jesse could just put the Flamberge Dragon. But what Juan could do now is activate the Flamberge to summon out the Oak. Jesse could now in the next chain also use his Temple to summon out the Oak, but he can't really, because Juan can then just chain his Flamberge Dragon. Quick effect. He does, but Juan can now just chain the Flamberge Dragon, and yeah, exactly. Now he will get the Oak. Yeah, so Jesse activated his Temple, which, yeah, Jesse is the turn player, so he has to activate the Temple first, but we now see, because the Ash was resolved, we now see the Populous being added to hand. Populous is now on the field. So not sure whether activating the Temple was a good idea from Jesse here. And now the Oak that was stolen can also summon an Ash. The Ash will activate in a moment, but first Jesse gets his Search of the Poplar, which will probably be the original Sinful Spoils, because the Temple is already on the field, which would be the other thing that you want to search with the Poplar. We have not... Jesse is searching his deck here. There is the original Sinful Spoils. So the interaction went like, Jesse is turn player, so Jesse has to activate the Temple first if he wants to, but then Juan can just chain the Flamberge Dragon to summon out the Oak, so that's why, and the chain resolves backwards obviously, so that's why the Oak is now on Juan's field. And Juan adds Poplar with the Snake Eye Ash, activates the Poplar, and now Juan has a really nice follow-up here, but don't get confused. If you can get into the Zialantis combo, which definitely Jesse is able to, you can definitely kill your opponent even if he has 5 bodies on the field. Jesse will at some point need to get his own Snake Eyes Flamberge to the field to push back the opponent's Snake Eyes Flamberge, because otherwise the opponent will get another 2 bodies. We are seeing Snake Eye Ash sending away the Temple, which this is cool. In the Fire King deck you can send away the Temple because you will at some point play the Fire King field spell in the field zone, which is the better one, so you can send it away for free basically. We see the Flamberge Dragon now, and now we see a link into, I guess, Linkuriboh, just to get an additional body and get the little Populous or whatever into the Spell and Trap zone. It's a play you already know if you're playing Master Duel or have played Master Duel in the last few weeks. We are getting, I guess, the Poplar back. You don't want to set the Garunix there. Garunix is still live at the moment. Fire Monster is destroyed. It will activate. We have original Sinful Spoil, sending this away for probably the Fire King Ponix here. Ponix would make most sense here. Ponix can then search the Fire King Sanctuary, which can then just set the Fire King Island from the deck to the field. There is a Ponix. Ponix will search the Sanctuary. This is just game. Jesse just has to go over these motions here and hope the opponent doesn't have a Nibiru. Let's see if he plays around hand traps or Nibiru. I guess he can't really. Searches the island, which means he probably has a Sanctuary in hand, but then why wouldn't he activate the Sanctuary now? He activates the island, destroys a fire monster in hand or field. He destroys the Kirin. He has the Kirin. This is very strong. He can now add the Avatar, the monster negate, to the hand, and then he can activate Garunix and Kirin. Kirin can then special summon the Avatar from the hand and destroy a card on the field, and Garunix will also be able to summon to the field and destroy another card from deck, hand or field of Jesse, and then get also an attack boost. So if Garunix destroys a Fire King card, he will get half the attack points as an attack boost. So Jesse activates both the Avatar and the Garunix the Kirin and the Garunix. Because Kirin was destroyed with the Fire King Island, so he's able to activate, and Garunix is able to activate because a monster originally fire, the Kirin was destroyed. So here comes the Garunix, special summon to the field. And now the Kirin will summon the Avatar, which is also a monster negate. Now he is Nibiru proof and will destroy the temple. Interesting here. Destroying the temple, very interesting. So obviously the bodies will lose their attack boost. Not quite sure why we are not destroying a body here, but okay. He opts to not destroy something with the Garunix, so you can see Jesse didn't activate the Garunix effect. He goes for a Hita, wants to revive, I guess, what is in the Oak. The Oak can activate the Oak now. Does he have a level 1 body in the grave? He has. Activates it to go for the Snake Eye Ash here. He can still use the Flamberge to push something back. He goes for a Promethean, I guess. We are nearing the end of this game. I think Joran has no interruptions here. This should be just game. Goes Princess, activates Princess. To revive something, it looks like the Kirin. There's the Kirin. Okay. And does Jesse just want to battle over here and not make Zialantis? He could also do this. He activates Flameburst to set Flameburst, makes sense. Otherwise, the Flameburst activates and summons more level 1 bodies. And I think now we are just going to see the Raging Phoenix, which is the card we are missing for the better Zialantis scale combo. We have Zialantis already, but the Raging Phoenix is missing. The Raging Phoenix has the ability, if a card gets destroyed on the field, a fire monster, the Raging Phoenix can resummon from the graveyard and will also get the attack of the destroyed monster, which makes it a very strong attack point card. But I guess we will see the combo in a moment here. I guess this is what Jesse is going for in the end. Might see something else first. He goes Link 2 into a Sunlight Wolf. Okay. Not quite sure why. Raging Phoenix and Raging Phoenix into Zialantis. Now the Raging Phoenix is in the graveyard. Now he activates the Zialantis. And we will see how this works in a moment. Obviously now you know the combo line. He just, yeah, genau, the Oak, because it was originally Jesse's card, will get back to Jesse's field. Because Zialantis summons to the original field's owner. Now he can activate the Promethean Princess, because you know how it's like. The card was summoned to the opponent's field. You can activate the princess now. And remember, Jesse still has a negation with the Avatar, so he's still Nibiru proof here. He destroys the Ash and then, or at least that's what he wants to do. Here Juan can chain the Linkuriboh obviously to get the Ash off the field. It doesn't really make a difference. He will still die, but he can do it if he wants to. Even if he would have a Nibiru in his hand, he couldn't activate it, or he could activate it, but Jesse still has the Avatar for a monster negate on the field, and he will keep this. So he goes, okay, just let's this be destroyed. And now, normally the Raging Phoenix could activate now, but as you can see, there is no space on the board. I guess we are going battle phase now. Juan is looking through his grave, realizing that he has nothing. Activates his Linkuriboh, I guess. Or does he? He doesn't. So I guess we're in the battle phase now. He battles over this. Activates the Linkuriboh. Okay, so I think Jesse declared an attack and Juan just activated Linkuriboh. Battles over, and now we can also activate Zialantis, but this is already game from attack point wise. Not sure what we are talking about here. I'm not quite sure what can't Juan just give up? It's just over, right? Not sure what we are talking about here. So we see the attack with the Flamberge, and yeah, this should just be game. And there is the handshake. This is it. Fire King Snake Eye versus Snake Eye. Yeah, this was the hand exactly. So there was no Magician's Souls in the hand. So this is what I thought. I thought that I saw Magician's Souls. Then Juan definitely had more plays in his first turn, but there was no Magician's Souls. So that's the duel. Very cool here, Fire King Snake Eye versus Snake Eye. If you want to rewatch, you can rewatch the whole tournament. This was very interesting, very high caliber players. But be prepared. We basically only ever saw Fire King and then Snake Eyes. There was one Brand Esper player, one Flannery's player, and then one Kashira player, I think. But everything else was fire stuff. So if you want to If you want to take a look at how the meta looks in the TCG right now, and will also look in Master Duel in when we get the Fire King stuff, then you can take a look at this tournament. You can just go to the official Yu-Gi-Oh! Channel on Twitch, and then you can just watch the VODs. It was very interesting, very cool tournament if you want to. Otherwise, thanks for being here. I hope you like this. Let me know in the comments whether you like this kind of videos. If you like my content, please consider subscribing, hitting the thumbs up and the notification bell, and we will see each other in the next one.